Did you guys
So
see the oh sorry. Did you guys see the new 28 Years movie?
No, but I've seen the previous two and I was kind of into it. I've only seen the giant dong.
I am well, yeah, that's probably the most memorable part of the whole new, relaunch of the franchise. But I am a very big fan of like zombie movies in general, and 28 Days and Years are like two of my favorites, days specifically. And the new one that just came out, Bone Temple, they didn't market it. There's 28 days, there's 28 weeks, and then there's 28 years, which came out last year. And then there's 28 years later, Bone Temple, which is the new one that came out like 3 weeks ago. I'm not surprised you haven't heard about it because they didn't market it.
Yeah.
They like did not market it at all.
That was the last movie I saw in theaters. You said it's not a good movie?
You liked Bone Temple?
I did, yeah. With Ray Fiennes?
Dude. Yes. Dude. I feel like my problem with that movie was I feel like it was barely a zombie movie. Like it was just like a segue into what is probably going to end up being the zombie movie, what they teased at the end, which I don't know if I want to spoil right here, but
I want to know. What did they tease at the end? Like, I guess zombies, someone gets bit or something.
So at the very end, in 28 Years and the newest one, Bone Temple, they only very briefly show like a clip of, how do you say the guy's name? Cillian Murphy?
Cillian Murphy, yeah.
Cillian Murphy? Okay, yeah. I knew it was some weird pronunciation.
Irish fuck.
Yeah, but I've never seen that name before. But at the very end of the newest one, there's like a very short scene where it shows him with like this little girl who's like he has like a couple kids that he's protecting, and they're like walking back to this house, and it like very heavily insinuates that the next movie is going to follow him, which is like very exciting because obviously he was in the original movie and everything, but like it's kind of weird because in the original 28 Years, I feel like we already saw him like as a zombie, so now we're going to go back in time again and see how that happened. And then also like, why even make this movie instead of just giving us that? Because my whole thing is like, when I go see any of the 28 Years or 28 Days movies, like I want like a movie about the infection and like the zombies first. And I think I can count on my fingers how many zombies I even saw in the new one. Like it's really not very many.
They didn't want to remake the same movie again.
Yeah.
It's an independent story about the Jimmies.
But I think that's what I want to see.
Like part.
I like not Resident Evil, but Final Destination. I like the Final Destination movies. It's like a guilty pleasure. They're all the fucking same. They're all the fucking same. One way or another, the group of people are going to be stalked by death/fate itself, and wacky Rube Goldberg machines are going to kill them. And and at first you're going to think it's going to be the bus that they keep showing this lady about to cross the street. And they keep cutting to the bus that's barreling toward them. Keep cutting it to him. You're like, oh, that bus is going to hit her. That bus is going to hit her. And then the fucking like bird shits on the traffic light, and the red light sign falls down and crushes her. And like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. It's that over and over for 5 fucking movies. I like that. They could have done that with 28 Days Later, and I wouldn't have complained. If they just, here's what happened in America. Here's 100%. What happened in China. Like I could just see the same movie again. I wouldn't have complained.
But I think in that world, they've like isolated it to Great Britain. Like the virus is only on Great Britain.
Sure, but like each movie is now like, well, you do it's like the Alien movies. Every Alien movie is essentially about the big corporation wanting to get their hands on a xenomorph to turn it into a biological weapon, and then things go awry. Just you do that every single movie. So it could be the same thing. The Chinese want the virus. They're trying to make a vaccine for it. Wink, wink, nod, nod. At the Wuhan lab,
Wuhan facility.
Yeah.
But like the in-universe storytelling, I think I dug that. It's like here's the universe we're living in, and we're telling this story about this doctor. Like in the case of Ray Fiennes, and then also the little boy who gets like abducted by that cult.
Yeah, I mean,
see it.
It's a good movie. The Jimmy arc with them being like a satanic group led by a complete psycho is dope, but I just feel like they kind of fumbled the whole story of the doctor a little bit. Like I feel like he could have had they could have focused on him a little more in the movie, and instead we just got like the stupid fucking Metallica scene at the end. That
was still cool though.
Oh, it was cool. Don't get me wrong, but it was like, dude, come on. You know,
I did like that scene too. I was like the only person in the theater. That was the last. We were talking about seeing movies in theaters. That's the last movie I saw in theaters. But the scene where it's Ray Fiennes sitting there, which I will say that's a different story. But when the main Jimmy or whatever meets him, and he's like, "Are you old Nick?" And he's like, "Oh, is it because of my red skin and the bones?" I was like, I was the only person in the theater that laughed. I was like, I got a weird sense of humor.